move on to something.
You're right,
else.
exactly.
God damn it, Chris Farley, we love you.
Yeah.
So what else we got on there?
Moranis, Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was a big one for me.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people are like
he's
hard up on him now.
He's kind of gone batshit crazy, but he's a really good artist. Like his stuff, Jesus.
Yeah, you see some of the paintings he did.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh,
yeah.
wow.
He's just a dude. He's just one of those children of times. Like I'm sure he did a shit ton of drugs.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did his fair share.
And I mean, he made it famous on In Living Color. So
yeah.
Which was, I miss In Living Color. That was like you had like.
I heard they were supposed to be bringing it back with a new cast, but
really?
I haven't seen anything.
It's almost like WWE. Like back in that time, you had like for wrestling fans, you had WWE, WCW, ECW, all these things you could go to that were had syndicated.
SNL, you got Mad TV.
You got Mad TV, In Living Color, all of that. Now it's just SNL, and it's like, man, I don't watch it because it's just like meh.
Right, it's like a monopoly.
Yeah.
I grew up on movies like The Mask and Ace Ventura and all that shit. One of my earliest memories is when me and my sister were younger.
Big-headed ass sister.
When me and my sister were younger, we got a My Size Barbie. And the My Size Barbie came with like a full ballerina outfit, including the fucking tutu.
Wait, when you say my size, you mean like the grown ass ones? Like the full size, like if you're 8, they're as tall as an 8-year-old?
Yeah.
God damn it, please tell me you reenacted the fucking crazy house scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I took
You stole your sister's Barbie's tutu.
I took the tutu from my sister's My Size Barbie. I put it on, and I think it was a day like my dad was just, he was not feeling it. He wasn't there, whatever. I don't know what was going on. All I can remember is that my dad wasn't having the best of the day.
Yeah.
And my mom kind of like squirreled me off into the back room. She's like, go back here. Just wait a second. I was like, okay. My mom's out in the living room talking to my dad. And, you know, I'm just in the back waiting. And I'm like spiking my hair up. Like I'm making it crazy. Like I stuck my finger in an outlet or something. And
the Ballo Shino.
And then I remember, like, my mom's like, hey, Brandon, could you come here real quick, buddy? And, like, on cue, it was like, this is my moment to shine. Kicked the door open, walked in the living room, and had the tutu, and my hair all crazy. I just look at my dad, like, cross-eyed and slack-jawed, like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. And my dad, like, losing his mind, and just tears rolling down his face, and I don't know. I think it could have been a mixture of like, oh God, this is what I've made, and a little bit of like, this is my doing. Like, I'm to blame for this. Yeah. Like, see, if anybody thinks he's crazy, this is because of me as a parent.
That's all right. You had tears rolling down your dad's face. I caused tears to roll down your dad's face. It's not a well-known story, but your dad liked to pick on you because you were.
Well, I was a sensitive soul. Always have been. I don't like fighting.
Yeah.
But now, if it comes down to it and I have to, I'll fucking throw hands.
Yeah.
But
I threw hands with your dad.
Well, and not necessarily
throw hands. We were dicking around.
Yeah, there wasn't a knockdown, drag-out fight by any means. But when I was 18, Johnny came over to my house, or my parents' house, where I was still living at the time. And my dad was talking shit to me like he normally did, just like, watch yourself, I can kick your ass, blah, blah, blah. And Johnny stepped up, he's like, if you want to change the scenery, I'm right over here. And my dad's like, oh, really? Let's do this.
Oh, okay.
My dad wrestled in high school, Johnny wrestled in high school, I wrestled in high school. It's just a mutual, like, whose is bigger, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're dudes. We had the measuring stick out. Like, it's fine. And I won that day.
And so Johnny and my dad are going, and I'm kind of sitting back like, oh shit, this is going down. And after a couple minutes of it, I'm like, oh fuck, this is going down. Because I see that you have my dad kind of in the corner, like,
oh, not kinda, bro.
Well, really in the corner. And this is the first time I'm ever seeing like my dad in one of these situations like, oh shit, my dad might not win.
let's preface this with we had been friends for maybe 8 months to a year. Mm-hmm. So not at that stage where like, oh, you're kicking my dad's ass. But your head, you're like, yeah, Dad, all those years you picked on me, made me tap out. Yeah, you're getting it now, fucker. But you're also like, that's my fucking dad.
Right. Maybe don't knock my dad out.
And, your dad was pissed.
Right, and what started off as like Johnny and my dad going, or you and my dad going, fuck yeah, let's do this.
It started as
I'm gonna waste you. It definitely ended with my dad. I can't remember if my dad tapped or if I was like, all right, let him go.
I think it was a little of both.
Okay, because then you two separated,
and your dad
and
paced.
You were winded. Dad was winded. He was red in the face, and he got up and he jostled his belt a little bit. Just like, oh well, I just what, and fucking stomped out of the room. And I remember just looking at you, going, "What the fuck happened?" And you're just like, "Hey."
It went from that typical like just think frat party where like you see the boys like shove it and and then somebody shoves just a little too hard and then the other one shoves and the other one
like,
and then it turned into that legit like I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, so that was the first time I've ever run into the idea of like, oh my god, my dad can lose at something.
Yep. Old Silver Fox.
And you were there for that.
Yes, I was.
And anytime my dad ever like pops up with some wild shit, I'll tell him like, "Hey, watch out, old man. I'm bigger than you now." And he's like, "Whatever, I'll take you the hell down." And I'll remind him, I was like, "That's what you told Johnny too." And he kind of looks at me, and he goes, "Well, man, fuck you."
Oh, fuck you. I did feel bad though when we came down to Corpus when you were living down there, and me, our other buddy Steve, and your dad all got shit hammered at Puddle of Mud, and you were stuck at work. Then your dad stole measuring spoons. That's a story.
He didn't steal measuring spoons. He stole a fucking ladle.
A ladle. That's what it was.
A giant ladle.
And you thought it was us.
Yeah.
You thought it was me and Steve.
Yeah. He's like, by the way, boom. What the fuck?
Let's preface this with Brandon works security at a very nice hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was.
I think it's far enough out that they can't do anything.
You'd hope.
They're not going to do anything. It was a fucking 50-cent ladle.
I don't know. That was a girthy ladle.
Why did you have to use the word girthy?
I won't say adorable, but I'll say girthy. I know my place.
Moist.
Oh, moist.
What else we got? What do we got?
Let's see. Oh.
What up?
I wanted to tell you about a little...
Oh, yeah, you had that scammer story
you
were talking about.
Run-in I had yesterday.
So is this at work? Is
no.
This in public?
It was...
Someone knocking door to door?
No, it was personal. It was...
Someone calling you on the telephone?
Let me start this off. It was a week ago that I first got notified of this. A week ago, I see on Facebook that there's an advertisement for like a 6-week challenge. Ooh, excuse me. A 6-week challenge, like a fitness challenge.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, all right, I'm listening. Now I'm looking. I'm seeing it's this guy in a nice gym, like it's a video.
Okay.
This guy in a nice gym, he's like, hey, we want to give you the best of this, best of that, best, coaches, best, accountability and best diets and all that shit. We want to do this for 6 weeks.
Sure.
And then we want to use your results in our advertising just to show what we can do. It's like, okay, that's understandable, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, and it's all free. It's all free. Like, okay. Yeah, all right. I'm listening.
Because you're poor and have 2 kids.
And so I put my name and number into this,
database.
Yeah, and into their database, basically. And I get a call back Sunday. From this guy. I get a call back from this guy Sunday, and he's just like, "Hey, Brandon, I wanted to talk to you about this 6-week challenge."
Why does he sound like Uncle Tony from Fat Camp? Or, no, Heavyweights, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ben Stiller's character? Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Continue.
That's the vibe I got anyway.
Okay.
And she's like, "Hey, Brandon, just wanted to talk to you about the 6-week challenge. Really excited to have you on if you're interested. Give me a call back. Let's set something up."
Where was the number from?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I called it back, and it's like, hey, Brandon, just wanted to set up a time for you to come talk to me about this whole thing. And I was like, Tuesday works for me. Let's do 3. And he's like, okay, sounds good. And I asked him, I was like, hey, just a quick question because I know my wife's going to make me ask. Are there any financial stipulations? Like, do I need to bring anything? Is it going to cost anything? He's like, yes and no. That's where it's kind of, that's kind of gray area.
Your advertisement said free.
Right. And he's
Red
like,
flag.
well, if you want more of the advanced stuff, it will cost money, sure. But for the most part, this will all be. We'll talk about it more when you get here. My voice is hoarse. I've already been talking to a bunch of people about this. So if you just come down tomorrow, we'll talk in person. It'll be easier that way. I'm like, all right,
bruh.
Sounds
Shady
not
as
fishy
fuck.
at all. And I went to work that night at 9 p.m. It ended up being a fucking 13-hour night, and I didn't get to sleep, or I didn't get home and get to sleep until like 11:30.
Yeah.
So I got home. I laid down and I napped for maybe an hour and a half before I got in the shower, and then went down to this place downtown. And there's no clear signage outside. There's a little white piece of paper with, their information written on it, like come inside, whatever, blah blah blah. Walk into this building. It's a big, wide open building. But all the exercise stuff, the dumbbells and the mat that you would work on, takes up maybe a corner of this whole room.
Okay. Sure,
and it's just wide open. There's no big machines or anything like that.
Yeah.
There's a pull-up rack. That's it.
Looks like your high school gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it looks like a gym that you would have in your college dorm room.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
Not much. So I walk in. It has me fill out this sheet of paper that's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you really want to lose weight? I'm like, 10. How many times have you tried to lose weight? Like, too many?
A bunch.
And at the bottom, there's this big, long quote that's like almost a paragraph. And he's like, read through it, and then at the bottom it says, on the back, rewrite this paragraph in your own words, and sign it. Like, okay. And then I'm doing that, and he's talking to somebody else about it, and he's like, I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but, you can usually gauge off of that how interested people are if they're really, focused and in tune on this, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
did you find a cult?
It sounds like it, don't it? And I usually end up finding, like, the weirdest shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so I fill all that out, I hand it back to him, I go sit down. It's me, an older white guy, and...
Why is it gotta be white?
What's that?
Why is it gotta be white?
I don't know, that's the way God made him.
Oh, okay.
But he's an older white guy, and then I want to say she was about my age, African-American lady. And so we're sitting there, and this guy goes into a spiel. It's just the 3 of us and him. And he goes into the spiel and talking about, there's... Part of the program is we're going to be part of like a Facebook group where all the other people that are involved are going to be there for like supporting each other.
What,
and
the other 2 people?
He says they were looking to get 40 people total, like 20 men, 20 women, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, so the other people that are involved will all be in this Facebook group, and we'll be able to mentor each other and talk each other up, blah, blah, blah. We'll also every week get at least one call from like a coach or whatever, just checking up on us, making sure, blah, 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 as well as a minimum of 3 in-person workouts with said trainer or coach, that kind of thing. And whenever we came to the building, we'd have to check in on Facebook because, it helps them get their word out, but also keeps us honest and says, like, I'm actually showing up, blah, 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 whatever.
Because if you don't put it on the fucking internet, it doesn't happen. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's not how motivation works. But either way.
Indubitably. So...
I don't use big words.
he's talking about this, and he's like, Sounds good, right?